Yeah. Start going Facebook Live. Welcome to the Cash Flow Empire, everybody, where we like to be extremely transparent. Like we said, we like to bring a lot of experienced individuals who have, who are professionals in multifamily and even business. And tonight, I'm actually really excited because Jana Uselton, obviously, you guys know who she is. Y'all see her all over our social media. Also, Sean Rice House. I mean, they're all great people and actual partner and friends of ours. And we've been wanting to have Jana on here for a very long time. So I'm super excited to have you. So Jana, welcome tonight, and thank you for just making some time to come out here and to talk to us, for the people that are here live and for those who are going to listen on Spotify later. So Jana, really quick, let's give her a round of applause and tell us who you are.
Well, thank you guys. And, same goes for this entire community, especially you gentlemen that are putting this together and being leaders. I'm all about leadership, right? Like I just think about who are the leaders that we want to model and we want to follow. So you guys are that. Sergio, I'm like an extra mom to you, keep you in alignment, right? Like it takes a village to just get together, align with people that you know, like, and trust, and that you want to do big things with. And that is people like you guys. So I'm excited to be here and just share a little bit of knowledge, maybe do a little bit of inspiration tonight, and share some stories.
Love it. And who was Jana before real estate? Because obviously, you're killing it right now, but who was Jana before real estate?
Well, Jana was this timid small town girl from Paris, Texas, who was the B student, right? Like all my friends, I don't know if I have any friends here. All my friends were in the A classes, and here's Jana in the B classes. But the cool part is, I don't know if you guys have heard this, the A students are, they're working for the B students, and the C students own the companies. Do I have any friends? Now, if you're an A student, I'm just saying, right? Like that was me. I was like the B average, don't rock the boat, don't get attention, good, hardworking parents, mom a nurse, dad literally startup company, a welder before that. And I was on the road to living an average life, right? Like a lot of us, just average was good. And Christians, good family, good morals and values. And actually, came to college here in Dallas area at North Texas. Sergio and I share that, right? Go Eagles. And met my husband, Tim. If you guys haven't met him, we literally got forced into leadership. We worked with a company that really traveled around the country, and we organized, a bunch of young high school students. And from there is really where the leadership developed. We had 4 to 5 days to put programs together and lead, and it forced me out of my comfort zone. Fast forward, getting into corporate America and saying, do I really want to work for the man forever? I was at Texas Instruments, and knew that staging and design, I actually had a love for it. Started a company on the side, and fast forward, that's been in business for 20 years. We have staged and designed over 8,000 properties here in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, down into Houston and up into Oklahoma. And then here comes multifamily, right? We had done the flips, we had done some owner finance and those type things. And I didn't know that one of my, mentors, Grant Cardone, was going to be speaking. I didn't know what room I was getting in 3 years ago or so. And it was all multifamily room, an event. And I started listening and knew no one in the room, and then wanted to know more. So now here we are 3 years later, well, really probably 2.5. We're in over 800 doors. We have 4 GP, 4 LPs, anywhere from Florida to San Antonio into Arizona and here in Dallas. And let me tell you, it's been a great ride. I feel like it's like the tip of the iceberg, you know, of what we can all accomplish. And I feel like that we in this room, those that are listening now or later, you're going to know what 0.0001% of the world knows about. And that is, you know, building wealth through multifamily. It is a niche, but let me tell you, we're buying businesses. So as a business owner, we get to look at these things. We get to do it with team, and that's super exciting.
That's amazing. So just for the record, Jana, so for all of y'all that don't know who Jana is, y'all have to meet her. Since I met Jana, I respect all women, right? Obviously, I respect all women that I meet, and I know a lot of people here in Dallas and just everywhere, right? Throughout our journey in the multifamily, you begin to meet a lot of people who are necessarily from Dallas, Texas. You meet everybody from all over the country and even world. And Jana's honestly one of the women that I truly have the utmost respect for, because you're just such a leader. You're such a leader, and I kind of see a little bit of power when you're walking. You know, you got some type of like mojo. I don't know how to say it, and I love that about you. Where did you get your confidence in all this? Because I know, I mean, you're extremely confident in everything you do. I love the leadership skills that you have. You know, you're an awesome team member. You're an awesome partner. Where did you learn how to get those skills?
Well, I think through a lot of defeat and challenges and obstacles and overcoming those that builds confidence, right? Confidence is certainty that you put a problem in front of us, we're going to solve that problem, if it's big or small. So you solve enough problems, that's going to build some confidence, right? And it doesn't mean you're going to get it right every single time, but it means that I know who I am. I know the value that I bring into the room and with the people. And let me tell you, it's not me, right? It goes back to my faith. It goes back to me being super clear on my goals and knowing who I want to be around and what rooms I want to be in. You know, you got to say no a lot more than you say yes. And so when you know for certain who you are, whose you are, what your belief system is, where you're going, and you get very critically clear, then that builds confidence. And I'll give, you know, Grant Cardone a little bit of that, you know, respect there, because he is so confident and he has certainty, and we're a 10X coach. We've been now brought up in that ecosystem to a degree, and I love it. I love the attitude of not pride but it's just certainty. It's like, you know, we know where we're going. And the cool part is everybody can go. This is not just a one-woman show, a one-man show. This is everybody. If you get it, then you get to go. So that's cool. And I appreciate you noticing that. It's not arrogance. It's really humility, but it's certainty. It's just certainty.
And it's just something, ladies and gents, it's something that I noticed it the minute I first met you. Like, remember, Jonathan, we went to the high rise. I was like, man, who is this woman? You know, this woman's like, she's got that like, you know, she knows what she wants. She means business. And not only that, but you're also a very, very gentle, you're a kind person, super, like happy to be able to consider you my friend. I love bragging about you. I love to say, yeah, you know, one of my partners, she's really good. You know, she's really well in with Grant Cardone and the Brad Sumrocks, like they know who she is. And just to be able to kind of rub those elbows with you means a lot. So thank you for being a great friend and a partner. And I'm looking forward to do bigger things with you. And also, we're doing a lot of great things with this community in here. So we'll talk about it in a minute. But somebody's got a really quick question. Welcome to the stage, Santos. How you doing today? You're on mute, buddy. You're on mute.
Sorry about that.
You're fine, brother. Welcome.
Thank you. I'm glad to see everybody there. So I have a question for Jana. I know it's kind of like, you know, very quick to ask this question, but I'm I'm a big fan of Grant Cardone. I've been at 10X conference and stuff too. A while ago, I find out that Grant Cardone was, I follow him a lot, and I was thinking that, and right now, where I am right now, I feel like Grant Cardone for me was more like he used to pop me up. I used to get very excited, very like, all right, now I'm ready to do this. But in reality, when you start looking at all these deals and try to become a very good investor and making sure that you don't make the mistakes that will cost you money and all that, how do you apply that excitement, the stuff that Grant Cardone teaches in the real scenario? Like, I have a deal. Okay, what do I do with it now based on that information that you learned from Grant Cardone?
Yes, we get the privilege of speaking with him literally. Well, we don't personally speak, but he is with us in maybe a couple of hundred people every single Wednesday that, he's not traveling. And what I've learned when it's not all hype is he is just as afraid as we all are, afraid of making mistakes. He is very clear on his goals, and he knows, he's like a bulldog. Once he sees a deal, once he sees, the opportunity, he's going to go seize it. He's after it. But he is so disciplined. So I think for all of us, like, we can have that excitement about a deal, but it can't be feelings or emotion. It has to be fact. It has to be the numbers work. This is a deal in the right location, and he just goes after it. So that's what I love about who he is from the person, that he's able to show in front of millions and then in front of 200. He just is very clear on his goals and the expectations and the outcome, because he shares just as many failures as he does the successes. And so getting excited about a deal is, and you got to love the deal. Like, you got to love the deal, but you also have to know when to hold them and when to fold them, right? When to walk away and when to run, right? You just got to know those things. And that only comes out of failing and then failing forward and knowing a little bit more to take those next right steps. We always have to be learning. So thank you for the question.
Love it, love it. That was an amazing question, Santos. And people are excited today, Jana. We're just having quick questions. We just started this webinar podcast. And then Cecilia, did you want to mute yourself? Welcome. Let's see, Cecilia. Let me just help you. See if I can unmute yourself. Yes.
Sorry guys, I'm driving. Well, first of all, thank you guys for holding these podcasts, and Jana, thank you for coming on. I constantly make mention of the confidence you have in your ability to just push things forward. So as a woman, I typically like to give those kudos that have earned it, and you have definitely earned that get out there and get it spirit. So thank you for leading the forefront on that for many of us. My question to you, Jana, and I think this is more for just general, is what do you feel is most important when you're looking for partners out there? You've given some examples in previous podcasts, and if you guys already answered this, I'm sorry, I got on a little late.
What do we look for in partners? That's a great question, Cecilia, and thank you. And I know you're a future partner. I mean, I look at core values of people, like how do they make their decisions? What kind of person are they when the going gets tough, right? Do they run? Do they walk away when we need to be leaning in and we need to be supporting one another? And sometimes, Cecilia, it's like business, you might make a wrong hire, and then you've got to adjust. And so maybe on the next deal, they're not in that deal, and you didn't know that they weren't a great partner, until things started hitting the fan. So I want looking out, like, who are the people, right? Know, like, and trust. What are their core values? What do they make decisions on? You know, if they're cheating on their wife, are they going to be a really good partner in business? I'm just saying, I don't know who's cheating, right? I can't read everybody's mail, but let me tell you, you want people around you that are going to lean in, that are going to problem solve, not bring problems and bring drama and talk about, you know, it's like we're not in high school anymore. We're literally buying businesses. And just like Sergio said, you gotta be nice, but you also have to be confident in who you're moving forward with. You have to be able to call people out and with a smile, and you got to be willing for somebody to call you out and go, hey, Jana, you kind of screwed up over here. Let's do better next time. Yep, you're right. I agree. Thank you for correcting me and making me better. I don't want to let people down. We're all human, but you really want to look for partners who first it's the who and then it's the what. Like, do you want to buy a business and be in business for 5, 7, 10 years with these people? Because you're going to go through the ups and downs in any business. And sometimes you just have to look for clues. And then you have to make a better decision on the next deal.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
And I look forward to our partnership.
There you go.
Love it, love it. That's why we're creating this over here for you guys. Do you see? We just brought Jana, and then just we're building partnerships, and just a little quick story. And we have this with Sergio, and the first time that we met Jana in person, it was like a year and a half ago, right? So I remember that we heard again from Grant Cardone, right? And some other people. You need to start surrounding yourself with individuals that are achieving success in life. And then I saw that they post an event like, hey guys, we're meeting here in our apartment. And then we just bought a ticket for next day, and we just flew to, I was living in the back in Wisconsin. I flew to Dallas just to meet her in person and some other people there. But what I learned from that moment, guys, is like life can change with just decisions like that. Like, just, it doesn't matter how much the ticket was, but I want to get closer with her, with some other people. So we are already partners, right? But that comes from that moment, for that moment where it was a little scared, right? Okay, it's going to be this much money to spend. I don't know if it's going to see results or not. But Jana, so I know that before I give the next question to Barbara, so I know that you spend quite some money in education and networking and be around some other people, right? So how did you go through all those, the fear that you have as soon as, because you don't know if you will see any return in your investment?
Yeah, that's a wonderful question. And before I answer that, I do want, back to Cecilia. I knew Jonathan and Sergio, you get the feeling like these are people you want on your team, and Sean and, the key people that we're with, and you guys, like, the meetings are just the opportunity to get to know each other. And I knew when you made the decision all in on moving, not everybody has to move, right? But the fact that you were willing to move across the country to make your dreams happen, to closer, proximity, certainty, like, I saw that in you, and I'm like, that's a gangster move. Like, let's go. That's somebody I want to future partner with, because they're willing to make critical decisions that aren't comfortable, And so that for me was a huge kudos to you for taking action. Then it goes into showing up at meetings, because you're in meetings with future partners. So that's why, like, we can all be busy. We can do things, and a lot of us are still doing our jobs to earn the income on the come up. But at the end of the day, I knew that I needed to be at the meetings. I knew I needed to invest in myself, just like you would in college. And I knew that these were going to be CE classes, right? Continuing education classes that I would need to pay for, but I was going to invest in. I'm going to invest in myself. And I remember saying, how many payment programs can we do? How many ways can we split up a payment, right? I had people that were willing to work with me. And there's, oh my gosh, I mean, easy 400K that we've invested over the last 2 to 3 years, not just in multifamily, but in leadership programs and coaching programs, you know, in business programs, because we are also business coaches. And if your business coaches aren't getting coached, if they don't have mentors themselves, why would you even listen to them, right? They only know what they know. They always have to be a learner. It's like a Paul and Timothy, you know, from the Bible. You got to always have a Paul, someone that doesn't mean older, wiser. It just means they know more. They're willing to pour down and pour into you, and you're learning. And then you have to be a Paul to someone else that's on the come up. So it's this mentality that we have to pay attention for the most part. Everything's free. Are we really going to be paying attention? How many people are on their phones? How many people are distracted? You know, if I get in a class and I invest in a ticket, I'm going to be paying attention. I'm going to try to sit in the front of the room. You know, the front of the room is cool. You know, that's where people are doing some things, but just get in the room. Even if you get a seat on the back of the aisle, get in the right rooms, and then work your way forward, couple of rows, get there, you know, because people just getting in the right rooms, getting around the right people, these are going to be your future partners. You're going to find a few of those diamonds in there that you're like, let's arm in arm this thing and go.
Before I turn it over to Barbara, I want to make a quick comment. Just kind of reflecting on what Janice said, what Jonathan said, guys, literally being in those rooms. Like, I remember the day we met, Jana was the day we met Mr. Ricehouse too, Mr. Sean Ricehouse. And I remember saying, like, I didn't think the day was going to come that fast, but I was like, damn, you know, it'd be cool to partner up with these individuals. And it all started by being in the room, shaking their hands, telling them what our intentions were. And then the rest was history. Now they remember, you know what? These young cats over here are hungry. They want to get in the multifamily. They flew out just to meet for an hour or two, you know, and that costs some kind of, you know, that's a flight, that's a hotel, it costs money to do that, right? And it shows how serious you are about this. And just well said, Jana. Really quick, let's go to Barbara. Welcome, Barbara. How you doing today?
Hi, I'm doing good. Can you hear me okay? I'm in the
Yes,
car
ma'am,
also.
I can hear you.
So, Jana, this is awesome. I was talking to Elliot at Grant Cardone's office yesterday, and he mentioned you and your success. And then somebody posted in another group that this meeting was tonight. So it was just kind of great things colliding at the same time. So my question is sort of dual. I'm wondering how you're balancing coaching with growing the rest of your multifamily, number one. And two, Elliot said you started with 14 units, which I'm really struggling to find a multifamily unit right now that's like 60 and over. And I was considering modifying my business plan, looking at 24s and such. So wondering what you think of that.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Barbara. And I don't believe anything's like major coincidence. Elliot is one of my favorite people in the 10X ecosystem. He always has my back, and that's what I love, right? You love that there is such a company culture that runs so deep. You know, Grant's just the spear of it, and then you have people like Elliot that remembers. How does he even remember that we started with 14 doors, right? And all the things that he's over, and it literally the coaching program, the licensee program that is international. So kudos to you we believed a lie. I'll just say that. We believed that you had to start with 1, then you went to 2, then you went to 4, and then maybe go get 10, right? It's like Monopoly. You want Park Place. You don't want to like get the houses. You don't want 10 houses because 10 houses is 10 jobs. So the 14 doors was a job, and it still is a job. But the cool part is that we've learned a lot of mistakes. We made a lot of mistakes. We learned a lot of lessons, and we still have that asset. We feel like that we will sell it. It's a very unique asset in Paris, Texas, where, not even a tertiary market. It's like not even on the map. So number one, it was not the right location, right? And so we thought we had to start small and work our way up. I mean, if you know Sergio's story, he's like, I don't even need to start at all. I'm just bypassing all of it and going straight to multifamily. And the cool part is you can do that with a group. So let's not believe my lie that I believe that you have to start small. If we're listening to some of our mentors, get into 32, 38, 40. We have a complex that's 44 units. You don't have to start there, but if you are going to start smaller, then make sure it has enough funds to invest in a management company, and that's going to allow you to stay out of a job. And it allows you to learn and practice a little bit, then go take down 100 doors, then go take down a few more that are bigger, and work yourself up. But don't start at 1 and 2 and 10 is just my opinion. And we're not here to give anybody legal financial advice, but yeah, just making sure that we don't get ourselves into just another job, right? That's the thing we want to avoid. So we can do stuff small by ourselves. We can do big things with more people.
Okay, thanks. Yeah,
absolutely.
I've done the ones by myself, and it's just not. Yeah. So, okay, thank you so much.
Absolutely.
And then just how are you balancing like your coaching with everything else?
Oh my gosh. Well, we've had a coaching program for, I say officially 12 years, and that is in the design and staging industry. It's now into business owners. I don't know how many of you guys are business owners, but people get stuck in their business, and going back to my core values, I want to help people. I know a lot of us have a servant's heart, and we want to help and the next person come up. So it's Paul and Timothy. I feel like that we could go pack up our suitcase and go do multifamily pretty much from wherever and not tell anybody about it. And it's like only us four and no more. But the coaching program allows me, because now obviously we're in multifamily, we're like, it's like knowing Jesus. You better tell somebody. Why are you going to keep it to yourself? Like tell people so that they can know something that you now know to be true and that works. So it's just part of my DNA to help. Coaching is not a money grab. You're not going to get rich coaching. Our whole goal, if you guys are good with me being transparent, the whole goal of coaching is to build future partners. We do not want partners that are uneducated, because we're buying multi-million-dollar businesses. We're getting on I use the football analogy. We're getting on the field that's a professional NFL playing field. You better suit up. You better know your position. You better know the plays. Yes, we're going to fumble a ball. Yes, we're going to miss a kick. But guess what? We get back up and we go. And we huddle back together and we win and we score. So our whole goal of our coaching programs, our partners need them. We need them. It allows us to give an outlet of information to help the good, the bad, and the ugly. We talk just about as much as our mistakes. In fact, on Friday, we're going to go tour some properties. We're going to show you guys a property that we're literally fixing. And sometimes management is the problem. Sometimes we're going to inherit a bad management company with the deal that we buy. Just like if you were to buy a business and keep some of the staff, you know, some staff needs to change. So we're going to show you guys, and that's our promise to you, is we're going to be transparent. We want you guys educated so you can get on the field with us and let's go do big things together.
That was amazing.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely.
Great question, Barbara, by the way.
Yes.
And I hope everybody got a little something from it. And guys, put some fire in the chat for Jana. Like, I love it when she goes off. I told her the other day in person, I love hearing you talk. It's just amazing. Once you get her going, you get her going. And let's show her some love and get some fires and some hand claps. And just to kind of, Barbara, just to kind of answer your question a little more, kind of like how she mentioned me earlier, she said, Sergio just skipped the whole single family deal. That was only possible because I was showing up in these rooms and I was, you know, investing in myself. I was investing in my education. And like they say, 80–90% of it is just showing up. And you can only be in the back of the screen for so long. You got to eventually start taking that action and getting in the classroom. So I love it, Jana. Jimmy Lou from Seattle, what's up?
Hi, Sergio. Hi, Jana. Thanks for the amazing speech. So I definitely very honored actually meeting you last time I was in Dallas, and we have a little conversation.
I
And,
remember.
Yes. So my question is continue actually was on our conversation before was you're coaching in the 10X and you've been coaching a lot of business owners. And I would like to know what are the top 3 challenges that you see like business owners facing, and how is it related to multifamily and how do we overcome them?
Oh my gosh, that's a great question, Jimmy. It's good to see you, and hopefully we'll see you soon as well. And that is a brilliant question because we know that we are buying businesses. So the business challenges that we face, whether we are selling products and services, you know, in our communities, or we're taking down these big multi-million-dollar assets that are businesses, you're going to have the same problems if you don't get it figured out. It's the same fundamentals, just like practice, same fundamentals. We have marketing challenges in businesses. They're like, I have a marketing problem, right? Not enough people know me. I don't have enough leads. We don't have enough tenants. We don't have enough business in the door for my business. Well, that's a leads problem. We have a leads problem. Looking at root cause analysis. Then, of course, we have a conversion problem. It's not necessarily sales, but it's conversion. Conversion means there's transaction, there's money exchange for goods and services for an apartment. So people and businesses have the same issues. I need leads, I have marketing issues, and I have a sales and conversion issue. And then people and management, operations challenges. Can we deliver what we sold? So if you have front end of a business of marketing and sales, then you have middle, which is office, right? And personnel and team. And then you have back end, which is fulfillment and operation systems, processes that don't get, it's EOS, it's Six Sigma, you know, it's just in time. Like these fundamentals of any business have to be in order. You got to get your business in order so it can run without you. You have to get a complex in order so it can run without you. Same problems, same challenges, and you can't just band-aid, you know, these that you got to truly fix. So I think that as we talk to business owners, we coach them up either in the 10X community, or we're looking at assets and businesses that we buy, trying to figure out what the problems are. It's those fundamentals, right? It goes back to the fundamentals of football, fundamentals of the game, fundamentals of business, and how do we solve them quickly and not bleed out? Where's the profit, right? Top number, we need that bottom number. We got to have good, solid profit. And in these assets, we're looking at NOI, right? Where's our NOI? What does that look like? And as you're looking at your businesses, same thing. Are we running at least a 35% profit margin, 50% profit margin? What does that look like? Get that profit. Companies will bleed out because they spend, their expenses are out of whack.
Love it. Love
Thank
it.
you, Jimmy.
That was a good question, Jimmy. So Jana, you mentioned that in the you have been doing your coaching for for 12 years, and then you also mentioned that you were involved with the Cardone community about like 2.5 years ago, right? So how did your life or career got impacted by in the last 2.5 years?
Well, I'll tell you exactly when it was. My husband and I were on our 20th anniversary. We've been married 27 years. We were listening to 10X. We were in Aruba on our anniversary trip. That's why it was memorable. We were driving around the island listening to 10X, and we're like, who is this guy? And he's highly entertaining, by the way, if you have not listened to his books on Audible. So that got us into, Tim really found Grant before me. And then we went 2020, right before COVID. We were at the Growth Con in Las Vegas. I don't know if anybody was there, but it was unbelievable. There's about 10,000 of us. And I signed up for the licensee program, and I was still the timid girl. I of course was a business owner, but I wanted to please everybody. Anybody else? Like, wave at me, put it in the chat like you're a pleaser. Oh, let's not rock the boat, don't deal with conflict. That was me, no doubt. And I would say, Jonathan, going back to who we're in business with, who we're working with, I think the confidence level, number one, definitely the certainty, the confidence, getting super clear on my goals. And that allowed me now to keep myself at a higher level of accountability and keep other people around me at a high level of accountability. If you've ever been to an event, Grant will not hesitate to call somebody out that like the sound doesn't work, the this, the that, but he'll turn around and he'll be super nice to someone else. And it's just in his DNA to like fix things on the spot. And yes, will people get offended? Sure. But hopefully they appreciate it. And it's like your brothers and sisters, sometimes there's a fight, but sometimes there's an argument or disagreement, and not that you're creating conflict everywhere you go. You're really creating solutions. We just got to talk some things out sometime. So I believe over these last several years, 3 years of knowing Grant and being in that ecosystem and signing up for licensing in the coaching program, it's given me that certainty of where I'm going. And I don't have time to please everyone. I don't have time. Like, you either get me or you don't. You're either like, let's go. Jana's got my back. She's going to make mistakes, but she's got my back. Like that's the person I want to be. And those are the people I want to be around. And everybody else, I literally, Jonathan, had to do exactly what Grant did. He was in training for car sales. And I don't know if any of you guys are in like a niche industry and you're a little frustrated. We were in design and staging, little frustrated. It was a very poverty-minded industry. And we said, we have to shift out of this industry into helping business owners, into helping realtors, into helping people that want to build passive income through investing. And as we learn, we're going to take people with us. And that's exactly the model that Grant moved to. If you know his story, he started helping business owners with sales and marketing, like Jimmy, we were talking about. And now all of a sudden, his real wealth, though, is built through multifamily. So I love that. I love the question. I will always give the 10X community props, and hopefully we're just an outlet. But we have our own spin. We have our own life that we're living and things that we're doing with people like you guys. That's just a ripple effect of what they've done in my life.
All right.
Nice.
Go, Sergio.
Yeah. Guys, don't forget that if you have any questions that you want to ask Jana, go ahead and raise your hand or put it in the chat. I think we've done great so far where people are actually coming on stage, raising their hands. But Jana, you said something earlier. That kind of it just kind of got me thinking of my journey too. And you kind of reminded me, like, holy crap, like just kind of seeing you up here obviously talk. And I'm like, well, how the heck did I get, how was it that I met Jana? I started thinking about the time we met you at the high rise, the day we met Sean too. I remember shaking Sean's hand. I was like, congratulations, because I think they just closed on their 18 unit, right, Sean? And I just started really
That
thinking,
second
like,
job we bought. Yeah.
the second job. Just, I would love to know the importance of why, just the mentorships. I think we all get kind of scared of investing in ourselves, just as me. Now it's kind of just normal. I remember getting hooked the first day I bought $1,000 ticket, flew out to Miami, and just was in the environment. That's where I met my partner, Jonathan and Tony. And, it was just a change. That day changed my life because I was exposed to a lot of people, a lot of you guys. And, if I would have never went that day, I don't know what would have happened. So that's coming from me personally. But Jana, like, if you can just kind of elaborate a little more the importance of mentorships, the importance of just getting in these rooms.
Well, we only know what we know, right? That we don't know what we don't know. And we're going to have to get outside of our personal experience and knowledge to be able to do bigger things that we've already done. We're a product of our past, we're a product of our environment, and we have limited beliefs. We have blind spots. We think the absolute best of ourselves or the worst of ourselves all at the same time. So it takes us getting out of our element, out of the unknown, to be able to willingly participate in new knowledge. And yes, we have to test everything we hear. We got to make sure that the information we're learning is solid and it comes out of best practices. But it doesn't mean that we are jaded in the past, we've been hurt in the past, and we're not going to be willing to move forward with new knowledge. I think it's getting over ourselves. We don't know it all, like ego, right? Like, just be a learner. Don't ever be a judger. Go in with a learner mentality to every single thing. Ask a lot of great questions and test things out, but you have to be willing to have more and new information constantly, because we're in a moving market. We're in a market that literally we were talking about 5 caps and 4.5 caps, and we're talking about 3.8% interest rates, and brokers wouldn't even call us back. That's literally changed in the matter of what, 8 months, 12 months. Like it's such a new territory that is not constant. So we have to stay on our toes, think on our feet, keep learning. And that's the people that you want to surround yourself with as well. People that are learners. Learners are earners.
Awesome. Love it, Jana. So basically MIA was born and was created, this year, so if you want to elaborate really quick, Jana, because, this actually you were like, came with the idea, right? So what is the purpose of this, right? What you creating this in terms of what? If you want to explain everybody, what is the purpose?
Well, the purpose of Model Investor Alliance, I love all 3 words, and you can break them down. Like, we want to show the model, like, what is the model that we should all be following as investors? Because we are buying businesses, and there's different business models that you can design within businesses. So what is the ultimate model that we are going after? And of course, investors, that is just so multifaceted. We're investing in ourselves, we're investing in others, we're investing in assets. We want to be an investor. An investor has ROI, they have returns. They're not saying what's the cost, You know, they're saying, what am I going to get in returns? You know, if you think about the cash flow quadrant. So model, investor, and alliance. We could be an association, we could be a group of people, we could be a network. An alliance, if you look up the definition, it is unity. It's in union. It's different than just people that have like-mindedness. They literally are in unity together. So there's trust in there. It's solid. You know, it's not emotional. It's like we've got each other. So Model Investor Alliance was strategically named so that we could go do big things together as we arm in arm this and like go take down as many assets as possible, the right assets, following a model of training and certainty, and then again, aligning together. Who is my alliance? Who wants to do this with us? And MIA, which is funny, like missing in action. I want to be missing in action from my business. I want people to go, where's Jana? Oh, Jana's over there buying assets. Oh, okay. Well, Jana, we'll hold down the fort of the business that's going to keep earning money so you can go deploy the extras into assets and take us with you, by the way, because you trust us to run the business. So how many businesses can we get that run without us? So we can be MIA and allow us to go do big things together in multifamily.
Sergio, you going?
Yeah.
He's
So,
just
so
like,
well, you're muted, so I was like, okay, he's gonna go. Jana, how do people find out more information about this? And guys, before she answers that, I just kind of want to explain that I wish this was around when me and Jonathan and Tony started, because it was very, very cutthroat at the time. I mean, there was deals going left and right. There was, you know, before you can even come in and as a general partner, the minimum requirement was to raise $1 million, which is something that's very, very hard to do nowadays. It's hard to raise capital, but it's just looking back, I was like, man, you know, as we're looking at this, I was like, Jana's telling us what she's doing. I was like, damn, I wish this was around then. Can you explain, just get a little more into detail onto, I just kind of told y'all why it's important to me, but just a little more detail on the importance of joining something like this.
Well, and that's a great question. That is the heart of training and coaching. It's not to swipe and deploy information from other programs and now we paid for it, so let's like slap our MIA logo on something that we learned somewhere else. It's about a combination of information that now allows us to be able to literally take pieces of everything that's working, combine it together and fill in holes. You know, we're not learning anything about, you know, when you're doing a Freddie loan and how that's different, you know, than another loan, and what does that process look like, and that we're going, you know, hard on properties, and we've got 3 days for before we're putting our earnest money down. That's a point, half a point. Like the things that we're learning in programs, until you get out and do it and experience, we're gonna be like, oh yeah, there's some more notes under this step. Oh, and don't forget about this. And you guys are learning. And so the collaboration of the knowledge that we get to share is so vital to this community, to this alliance, that we're just filling in gaps. We're saying, okay, first, people need to be educated, and then they need to be empowered. And then, of course, let's elevate them. So we literally have done things like create a co-GP team that allows people to literally participate in a GP role as a group. This is almost like the laboratory. If you guys like ever did microbiology or whatever, and you go in the lab and you learn what, you know, you actually practice what you learn, that's exactly what we're doing. So we're getting out of our element of just normal training and coaching, and we're actually getting our hands dirty into some of these GP teams you know, for those that want to, that's your desire to go up to the next level, then we're building programs that allow people to participate, not just learn, and we're filling in holes in the meantime.
This is powerful, guys. And this was, again, guys, this was a plan about this partnership, about this alliance, you know, just to open a lot of doors to people, right? Because it was hard. I remember when we started, like Sergio mentioned earlier, you know, okay, you know, you want to be a GP, or either you find a deal, or either you need to come up with $1 million, right? From investors to be able to jump in a deal, right? So that's actually, that was how we started. You know, that was the moment where we started. People were like overpaying $2 million. So even if you were offering the asking price, you know, if somebody was coming with a 1 million, 2 million, you know, above the asking price, and that's it, right? So not right now, you know, we know all these challenges that people that they want to start, people that they want to learn, you know, they are having. That's why we are creating this for you, where Jana is leading, and you guys are, some of you are meeting her today, some of you guys already know her from some time, but it's amazing to have her in this team, and I'm so proud of being her partner, your partner, Jana. So thank you for being here. That's something I just want to say really quick.
Absolutely. And I know we literally are about to jump on with our investors and on one of, you know, our assets, and get them informed, because it is about sharing information, and it's about allowing people to participate. I think we all have that obligation to bring people with us, bring people with you. You don't have to know it all before you get to be a Paul to someone. Just give them a little bit more knowledge that they don't know as you continue to learn and grow. And that's what MIA is. We hope everybody is there Thursday. We hope everybody is involved on Friday. We've got other events coming up, even a dream trip in Mexico in December. We've got our big national conference in November here in Dallas. You're going to get with 500 other investors and business owners. We just have a lot going on. So lean in. You know, Jonathan, Sergio, thank you guys so much for your community and for all that you're doing, because you didn't wait till you knew it all to bring some people together. And that's what community is all about.
Love it, love it. Okay, perfect. So we're coming at the top of the hour. So I just want to say really quick, Jana, thank you. So we're going to the breakout room. So, but let's close this amazing call, Sergio, really quick.
You kind of already closed it. You kind of already closed it.
Let's go, man. I love how you close the calls, man. So it's good.
I don't know what to say.
Do the disclaimer. Do that thing you do, Sergio.
He's
Guys,
our disclaimer guy.
Guys, please do not forget to consult with your attorneys and your CPAs. We are not professionals. We are multifamily investors.
There you go. I love it. I love it.
That's awesome.